Right now we're literally just following a game trail up the side of the hill until we get to a really cool spot. So we're going to talk about Good evening, everybody. Dan with Dmak Outdoors, bringing you Prepisode number 1. Today we're going to talk about the importance of carrying personal kit on you whenever you're out and about, away from your bug-in location, your home, your domicile. We're going to talk about the importance of having certain equipment with you so that you can always be prepared for uncertainty if you ever do get into a sticky situation. So we're going to dive into the pack right here. We're going to discuss the contents of the things that I carry. I'm going to show you why it's important to have some of the things with you. This is my everyday carry bag. This is not a bug out bag. It's not an I'm never coming home bag. This is just a prep and ready kit that I have with me that I go everywhere with me. It can get me home and it can help me bug out if I need to, but it is not the end all be all. This is just a convenience kit that I have put together so that I can tackle my everyday tasks, and then also tackle any abnormal, not so everyday tasks if we need to. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm not really going to talk about the specifics and reviews of the equipment per se. There's a million reviews on the internet about the equipment that I have here. Feel free to ask any questions about anything I have at any point, and I would love to get a lot more in-depth and specific about that, but we're just going to kind of do a general overview right now. The bag I have is a Vertex Gamut. I've used it for like 2.5 years now, and it's rock solid. It's great. It's got good pockets. It fits everything that I need. So kind of like, I like it because I've got it set up with a little bit of urban love and a little bit of backcountry love, so that you can kind of do a little bit of everything if you were to experience a calamity in your area, whether it be an earthquake, you name your crisis. If it happens, it would be nice to have certain equipment with you if you were stranded from your car, or if if the roads were impassable and you had to hike. So this is why I carried the stuff that I have with me. First off, just in the side pocket right here, this is my tool pouch. This is kind of my everyday go-to kit right here. This is the stuff that I'm gonna go to. I work at a car dealership, so I'm always kind of tinkering around on cars and stuff, so I like to have a couple little just wrenches right here, 8, 10, 12, 14. I've got a UV flashlight so that if I need to check for any leaks, if I inject any dye into any systems right there, it helps me hunt down those leaks. I've just got a little straight edge razor. I've got a rear brake drum adjustment tool that I use as a small pry bar. Works great. I've got some basic weapons cleaning stuff. I've got a Glock rod and just a little cleaning brush right there. Got a small tub of, or a small little hit of WD-40. It's always nice to have oil with you whenever you need oil. Here I've got a Leatherman bit kit. It's nice to have all of your hex, Torx, Allens, all that stuff readily available. Carry a fixed blade knife. The fixed blade that I've got, this is a Ontario Rat 3. Awesome little knife. There's 1.5 million reviews on that. It's just a really good solid knife, man. That thing works well. And then let's see, down in these pockets I've got a couple other little random surprises. Let's see, the only other thing, I keep a small pair of wire cutters, small pair of dikes. It's nice to be able to cut wires with a designated tool. And then just right here I've got a 4-way Silcock key in case I'm in an industrial park and I want to nab some water off of one of the spigotless faucets. That gives it to me there. And then the side right here we've got an AK cleaning toolkit. I've got a Glock brush in there, 40 caliber brush, so I can run my bores on my carry, and good stuff right there. This guy, this is, I believe, my sewing kit. Yeah, this is just a GP repair and sewing kit. I've got needles, thread, buttons, kind of a little bit of this, that, and whatever in there in case I need to do any sort of repairs. And Keep a little 6-foot tape measure right there. Keep my fire kit. Fire kits, waxwood, sparker rod, waxed hemp wick, and stormproof matches. And then I've got one wet fire cube right there. That will start a couple of fires for me comfortably. And then lastly, in this pocket, I've just got some of the ear protectors. These are just the Surefire ones that you grab cheapo. So that's my tool pocket right there. And those tools, I use a lot of that stuff regularly. Those have proven to be valuable for me. Other side right here, other utility pocket. I've got a 20-ounce hydro flask right there for water. This right here, I keep a pair of winter gloves and then a multi-wrap for head, neck, face wraps. Those things are good for summer, winter, dust protection, any of that good stuff right there. Keep a pair of mechanics gloves. These are the .05 high dexterity gloves. That's just for working on the cars and stuff. And then down here I've got just a collapsible silicone cup. I usually use that for the dog to give him water when we're out hiking, this or whatever. Makes it a little bit easier for him to get a drink. That's that right there. Sorry, I'm not trying to get overly disorganized. Into my back CCW panel area right here. I carry primarily just my map and my info pack right there. So this is going to have topo maps of my area, road maps of my area. I've got a protractor, compass, pen, pencil, and then I've got a book, Edible and Medicinal Plants for the Mountain West. That's just a nice fun book to give a read through when I'm not doing anything else, and it gives you a little bit of this. In my CCW panel right here, I've got a spare firearm holster. I make a lot of holsters for people, and typically they'll just give me a firearm without a holster, and just for a little bit easier retention, I'll throw it in this to carry it home to build the holster for them. This right here, this is just a Lewis & Clark Sil Nylon zippered shoulder duffel bag. If I'm ever out shopping and I needed like a little grocery bag or something like that, it's nice to have an extra little bag that I can chuck stuff in there. And then lastly right here, I've got, this is a footprint for like a 4-man MSR tent. It's about 6 foot by 8 foot, but it's a nice just little tarp covering if you need to make a quick shelter or anything like that. It's really nice to have a good solid nylon tarp versus any of those crap little single-use Mylar bivvies. This is going to help get you out of the weather if you need to get out of the weather, and this is just as good in the woods as it is in the city. I'd really like having a small little tarp with me. And then right here, I keep it just in a stuff bag to keep the face protected, but I actually carry body armor with me in my daily carry kit. This is one of my extra plates. It's a level 3A DKX. It's one of the poly plates, so it only weighs like a pound and a half. It's really lightweight, and it gives me that awkward random peace of mind that if shit were really to hit the fan while I was out and about, that I could use my backpack as a rudimentary shield to help give my family a little bit extra cover while we're escaping and evading atrocity. That's obviously a little over the top for some, but I dig it. Getting into the main pockets right here, this is where we get to the meat of it all. I don't carry I got a lot of stuff with me, and this is going to be pretty backcountry based versus urban based, but you know, I've got my urban stuff right here, and the rest is going to be kind of survival stuff. So up in my right here, pen, pencil, Sharpie marker. I've got flashlight. This is an Olight M2R in copper. That's just a pretty flashlight. I dig that one a lot. And Leatherman, I have in my bag. It's just a Leatherman Charge. Nice having a multi-tool with you. This is my essentials area right here. I've got contact solution, got migraine med, for if I ever I have migraines every once in a while, so that's nice to have. And this right here, this is just a small climber's balm, salve of cracked knuckles, lips, chapped skin, anything like that. It's nice to have some salve with you right there. Oh, it's getting a little chilly up here, guys. Got a spare pair of glasses and contacts right here in case I lose my eyeballs and I need to figure out where I am. And then my ridiculously small toiletries kit. I've got a single-use toothbrush and a small thing of camp suds, all-in-one wonder soap where you can go everywhere, biodegradable soap. It's nice to have that stuff with you in case you're ever in an area you don't want to take a shower or anything like that. It's nice to have some soap with you and personal toiletries if you get stranded away from home base. Survival section of the bag. I've got some, it's like, this is PMI cordage, similar to paracord, but it's tighter weave. I prefer it. It's a great accessory cord. It's like 3.5 mil accessory cord. And then I've got some PMI 2.5 mil accessory cord. I like having cordage with me for the times if I need to build a tarp shelter. Got a quick DMT sharpening stick so I can do touch-ups on my blades out in the field while I'm out and about. Frontier water filter straw, just a real base, little life-saving Aquamira straw right there in case you need to drink water and you don't have time to boil or purify. Lastly in that, I've got a thing of dog waste disposal bags. These have 1.5 million uses, obviously picking up after your dog. Also for water procurement, it's really nice. I've got a collapsible spork, and then I've got a 12 volt and 110 volt USB charging ports for electronics. So that's my kind of survival essentials pouch right there. Just gonna shove some of these back in the pocket so it doesn't scatter out and about everywhere. We're getting down to it, guys. On the last little section right here. This right here, this is a camera kit that I have. I like to do a lot of mobile videography. I've been using smartphones as my cameras lately, so I'm not carrying SLR or mirrorless. Smartphones capture pretty much what I want to capture, but this just gives me an extra little rig for camera equipment. I've got a light, I've got a bracket, small tripod, I've got a battery bank with a USB A, B, and C charging cables, and then just a phone clamp in case I need to set up a second angle or anything like that. So that's just camera equipment right there. I've got my everyday carry first aid kit. I'm not going to dive into it right now. Pretty extensive little first aid kit. I suggest everybody carry a first aid kit with trauma capabilities in there because car accidents happen every day. Accidents happen all the time. I find myself people are always asking me for something out of my first aid kit because they know I've got it. So right here, seen this in a previous video. This is my little, my coffee kit. I like to cook coffee every once in a while when I'm out and about, and it's nice to have it with you. Right here, I've got 2 field stripped MRE entrees right there. So I've got a little bit of food. I've got my 16-ounce single wall stainless steel mug. Got some hot chocolate packets right there. And then I've got just a real basic rudimentary wood burner right there, just in case you need to build a stove or in case you need a stove. Lastly, let's see right here for cover. Obviously I'm going to have like a shell on me with a base layer, but I always like to keep a mid layer in my bag in case I need to insulate up. My insulating base layer, this is going to be my Arc'teryx Cerium LT down jacket. Packs down super small, super lightweight, and it is super warm. Probably going to put it on here in a second because our temp is dropping. But lastly, last pocket is just this little slide pocket. Some more personals. We got some Kleenex. We got some butt wipes. We've got an N95 mask in case I need to protect against particulates. And I've got a lockpick kit. Find myself using this pretty regularly up at the dealership, getting into locks and stuff. This is my daily carry. This is the essentials that I feel is important for human survival if you are left away with stranded without anything. This is the stuff that I feel will keep you above water. If you you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. Again, I'm Dan with Dmak Outdoors. Thank you for staying through as we finish up Prepisode 1 right here. And stay safe out there, guys. Cheers.